You are what you eat. At least that's how the saying goes. One might think this would make us incredibly complex beings, comprised of all the food pyramid has to offer: fruits, veggies, poultries, meats, grains, sweets. Yet, what none of us come to realize is that if we truly are what we eat, then all of us are more or less the same. So what do we look like then? What foods are staring back at us while we gaze into the mirrors or look a friend in the eye? To find that, we have to place ourselves in the heartland of America's Farm Belt. It is here amongst the endless sea of towering stalks, leafing husks, and golden ears of corn that gives true meaning to the phrase, "You are what you eat." In this field, we are just as much standing side by side with each other as we are with a not-so-innocent vegetable. Albeit hard to believe, corn's pretty smart. In its evolutionary process, it essentially risks everything, mutating from the wild grass teosinte to what we recognize now as ZMAs. It essentially, at this point, married itself to man, requiring an outside force to free its kernels from its cob, to allow it to germinate and grow once again. Lucky perhaps, but ingenious seems more appropriate. By essentially willing itself to man, the human species in return has made corn the most prolific and dominant grass on the earth. But why are we corn, you may ask? Why are we this towering piece of grass? Put soda underneath a mass spectrometer and you'll quickly discover why. That Coke or that Pepsi that we drink every day, sans the water, is 100% corn. This is courtesy of the industrial food inventions of this century, such as high fructose corn syrup, dexatrin, and almost anything else you can't read on the label. You don't drink soda? How about your chips, cereal, eggs, milk, chicken, french fries, hamburger buns? In fact, the longer the food label goes, the greater likelihood that we have higher and higher fractions of corn we have higher and higher fractions of corn in that food stuff. Not that corn is dangerous, it's just harder and harder to escape. A 56-pound of corn kernels, a bushel, will set you back about $1.50. These prices are so cheap that farmers themselves lose money on growing corn. Ergo, it is us, the American taxpayer, who keeps the farmers afloat, to the tune of about $5 billion a year. Federal farm bills set a target price for a bushel of corn and send farmers a check to make up for the difference so they sell a bushel below the target price. The implications of this are rather simple. Grow more corn at whatever the cost, knowing the subsidy check is in the mail. This type of backwards economics benefits not the farmer or the taxpayer, but the biggest industrial producers of corn, companies who not only help create these farm bills, but also capitalize on the cheap cost of corn due to the overwhelming surplus these subsidies create. So what we are left with are mountains of corn, processed creatively to find its way into almost any type of foodstuff you can find in the supermarket. Along with it comes barrels and barrels of fuels used to create petrochemicals and fertilizers and genetic modifications which make its mass production possible. Left behind are the farmers married to a system that won't allow them to get ahead, and stuck in the middle is the American consumer, each and every one of us, who, if we truly are what we eat, are beginning to look more and more like each other, and more so than